with the situation what happened with Mike Brown, where do we go from here? I mean, is it going to be a case where you're going to start seeing citizens retaliate now? Is it going to be a war between the citizens, preferably blacks, and the police department? Because the relationship has never been good, and now like it's just already is going downhill. It's going downhill fast. Where do we go from here, and how do we keep it from turning into an all-out war, citizens and the police?
Violence is clearly not the answer. And actually, the answers are not all that difficult. One is that in the 21st century, every police officer should have a badge cam and a dash cam so that we can see what they're doing. And in a pilot program here in California, that's reduced excessive force complaints 80%. So that's a big advantage. Now, it doesn't always work. Look at the Eric Garner case in New York. There was a camera. It didn't prevent the injustice, but it exposed the injustice. So I'm still glad that camera was there. We need more diversity, and every police force in America should reflect the community that it serves. So in Ferguson, out of about 53 police officers, 50 are white in a majority black community. That's not workable. That looks like an occupying force. That's going to engender distrust. So we need to have more diversity in the police, and we need to have diversity training. And I wrote about this a lot in my book, Suspicion Nation. Many of us walk around with subconscious biases that we don't even know we have. Most people would say, I'm not a racist, right? And yet, when they are assessing who is dangerous, who is hostile, who is engendering fear, it's disproportionately black people. So the good news is people can be made aware of this, and they can change. And there are some good programs, there's one in Chicago, for example, that requires police officers to have tolerance training, equality training, and I think that's important. There are a lot of other reforms we can do, but look, right now, you're right, there is a lot of tension, there is a lot of suspicion, because not only are African Americans being shot and killed by police at an alarming rate, but there's very little justice afterwards. And,
It's almost like it's okay to go out and just open fire on black people.
It's
and
absolutely terrifying. We're
it's a
talking about
fear.
life or death. I do sexual harassment cases. I do LGBT rights. I do every kind of civil rights case. But these cases, to me, are the most gut-wrenching and the most urgent, because we're talking about life and death. And we're talking about life and death often of kids. Look at Tamir Rice. He was 12 years old. Trayvon Martin, 17 years old. Mike Brown, 18 years old. Even someone in their early 20s is a kid to me. I'm 53. So, we're talking about the death of kids, and that's why this is such an urgent issue.